Hi, how doing today? Today is Wednesday, August 20th. Um, so we're beginners here, and I am going to look over through all my Super Nintendo N64 stuff. I know I haven't posted anything at all for these past 4 months. I have other stuff to do, so let's get on. First off is Super Mario All Stars. It contains Mario, the original Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, and the Lost Levels, which was Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan. Another Super Mario All Stars. A Street Fighter 2. Everybody knows Street Fighter 2. Barkley's Shut Up and Jam. I guess this is an okay basketball game. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. This is a fun basketball game. Super Mario Kart. That's a fun racing game. The first Mario Kart in the series, by the way. Chrono Trigger. This is probably my all-time favorite RPG, like ever. Yeah, even better than Final Fantasy VII, in my opinion. But this is a great game. Kind of expensive too, by the way. Mega Man X, the first one, great game. Kind of hard, but eh. Donkey Kong Country. Everybody knows Donkey Kong Country. This amazing platformer. I don't have 2 or 3, by the way. The Illusion of Gaia, I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a pretty good RPG from Enix. I don't have much to say about it. I actually haven't beat this game at all. I got kind of lost in this one part. And then, yeah. Next is Mortal Kombat 2. This is where the Nintendo actually decided to put back the blood, since the original Mortal Kombat Super Nintendo did not have any blood, which, to be honest, that sucks. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Now this right here is actually a really cool RPG. Pretty late in the Super Nintendo's lifespan. Came out in 1996, about the time the Nintendo 64 was about to be released. This is a really fun game, and really nice graphics for the console. Next one, Star Fox. Everybody knows Star Fox. This is the first one in the series. This is a great game. Sure, the polygons in this thing are just, I mean, they're kind of atrocious to today's standards, but if you look at it back then, this was pretty revolutionary. Super Metroid, another damn masterpiece on the Super Nintendo. I think it's Metroid 3 in the franchise. And of course, Super Mario World. Everybody knows this game. I think everybody who has a Super Nintendo has this game. Okay, on to the Nintendo 64. WWF Attitude. Typical wrestling game. It's okay. Not my favorite one at all. Pokemon Puzzle League. This one I actually never played that much. My uncle gave it to me for my birthday. A San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. Now this is a fun arcade racing game. Shout out to my friend Junior out there who gave this to my birthday. Thank you very much. Super Mario 64. Everybody has this game. It is one of the best platformers ever. Another Super Mario 64. Banjo-Kazooie, another damn good platformer. The first one in the series. And maybe my favorite one. I kind of like this more than Tooie. Not saying that Banjo-Tooie was a bad game, but this was my favorite. Here's Banjo-Tooie. Damn good sequel. Although not that new one, but the one that came out on Xbox 360, Nuts and Bolts, was kind of shit. Star Fox 64. Of course, the sequel to Star Fox. Well, not the real sequel. There was going to be a Star Fox 2, but this was one of the first N64 games I got, and this was an awesome game. I like beaten this like probably hundreds of times already. WCW versus NWO World Tour. Now this is probably my favorite wrestling game on the N64. Not a bad fighting game at all. F-Zero X. Now this game is just pure rap. I really don't have to say much. I've never actually haven't played the original F-Zero on Super Nintendo, but this is probably one of my favorite racing games on the N64. Another Star Fox 64. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. This is another one of the first games I got when I got my Nintendo 64 a while back. It's a pretty good game. Graphics are pretty nice for the time. 007 GoldenEye. Of course, everybody knows this game. Probably the best first-person shooter. One of the best first-person shooters ever created. Army Men Sword Heroes. This was an interesting game. You play as these little plastic green army men, and they like do these kind of like it tells a story and missions and stuff that you have to do. He also has some pretty fun multiplayer. Plays a lot of times with my little brother. Revolt. Now this one's a pretty interesting racing game right here. You play as these little toy cars, I believe, and there was a lot of stuff you can do with it. Like there's some customization tracks. You can make your own tracks and unlock new races. I didn't get much into this game, not because I didn't really like it. Yeah. Donkey Kong 64. No, not one of my favorite Donkey Kong games actually. This is a great game, but if you want like some of the best Donkey Kong games, they're on Super Nintendo. The Donkey Kong Country series, those are damn good. Let's see what's next. Pokemon Stadium 2. Apparently this belonged to BBV, whoever that is. This was I believe my dad found this for me. Like I don't remember, but this is a great game. You could also use your transfer pack to transfer data from your Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow and transfer them to this game. Now, I actually had Pokemon Stadium, the first one, but I don't know what I did. I think I traded it to one of my friends, Junior, I think. Super Smash Brothers. This is probably my favorite multiplayer game on the N64. Like, number one. And yeah, it's the first Smash Brothers. Almost excited for that new one coming out for 3DS and Wii U. Wave Race 64. This it's not a bad racing game. You play as in these jet skis and stuff like that, and I mean, sure the graphics are not that great anymore, but it's still a decent racing game. Belonged to Lizzie. Sorry, Lizzie, this is mine now. Lego Racers. Lego Racers is another one of those interesting racings. It's kind of like Revolt, but not at all like that. But since you can create your own cards and create your own racers, and it's not a bad racing game. I kind of like it. It's also available, I believe, on PlayStation 1 and PC. Chameleon Twist. I actually didn't like this game. I asked one of my friends, Junior, he said, I asked him if he can let me borrow this. Tried it out. This game sucks. No offense to anyone who likes this game, but I didn't like it at all. The level design is confusing. Mario Kart 64. I mean, what has not been said about Mario Kart 64? This is a damn good racing game. Probably the best one in the series. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the first one. It's a pretty good skateboarding game. Not the best one in the series, definitely not. Yeah, but it's pretty good. I also like the blue cartridge. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Of course, everybody knows this game. I think this is one of the first games I ever beat like 100%. Yeah. Push that. And I don't have Majora's Mask, sadly. Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is probably the best platformer on the N64. Yes, better than Super Mario 64 in my opinion. And probably the most violent game on the system. And, well, I mean, if you've seen a lot of people talk about this game, a lot of people have played it so far, and this is a really good game. Just, enough said, really good. Although, I'm going to give good luck to y'all if you try to find a copy of these, since they're pretty expensive nowadays. So, yeah. Diddy Kong Racing. Not my favorite racing game, but it's a pretty good racing game. What I didn't like about it, once you completed all the levels, you have to do them backwards all over again. I just thought that was a pain in the ass. Paper Mario. I think this was released really late in the N64 library, just like Conker's Bad Fur Day. They were both released in 2001, right around the GameCube was about to be released. This was a really nice RPG, the first one in the series. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite Paper Mario game. I think Thousand Year Door on the GameCube was my favorite, but yeah, really nice and solid RPG. Mario Tennis, my last N64 game. I think this is the only sports Mario game I have, like out of all my entire collection. I may be wrong, but yeah, it's a pretty decent tennis game. And that's about it. Okay, that's all my N64 and Super Nintendo games. I have been planning to get more, like from buying stuff like on the internet and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.